Joe, welcome to Horsehead Bookends for another Gaming Friday. It is now 2023. Happy New Year to everyone out there. And of course, since it's the beginning of the year, we're gonna go over my top 10 list of 2022. But first, two quick pickups that I got towards the end of 2022 for Christmas. Well, one was for Christmas and one I was able to get locally. We'll start with the first one, and that is Joan of Arc, the Orleans Draw and Write. A friend of mine picked this up. I was really interested in playing it, so someone local had a copy and I picked it up. Haven't played it yet, hope to this weekend, but super excited to get this to the table. And then finally, well, there was only two games, so the only game I got for Christmas is something that I've been wanting for a while, and that is Twilight Imperium 4th edition. I hope to set aside some time over the weekend to learn the game. I already have it all sorted, all organized. I've been reading the rules on this, so I have a pretty good idea of how it gets played, and now I just need to book in 8 hours of free time to actually get a game together. And when I do, I will definitely film it, almost a Twilight Imperium guide for dummies, because I've never played it before, but it's one of those games that I've been dying to play for a very long time, so I can't wait to actually play this. Alright, so 2022, a really great year for board gaming. There was tons of stuff that came out. I never get to play as many games as I'd like to, but I did get to play a good amount of them. Some were really great, some were kind of disappointing, and a lot of them are mediocre, kind of middle of the road games. But out of everything I played, here are my top 10. And if I do have a video of it, if I did do something on it, I will post it in, I think it's up in that corner. There'll be a link so you can check out my my thoughts. So we're gonna go through these super quickly, starting with number 10. All right, number 10 was Woodcraft. I didn't know much about this game, and a friend of mine had it, and I got a chance to play it. Woodcraft is a 1-2-4 player dice drafting type of game where you play a wood elf who are looking to gather resources, draft different dice for different wood, if I remember correctly, and you can actually use that dice to either split it apart or glue it together to fulfill contracts over a certain amount of rounds. I really enjoyed Woodcraft, and I would definitely play it again. It's not something I own. I don't think I will add it to the collection, but I was very surprised with how much fun it actually was. Number 9 is Astra from Mind Clash Games. Astra is a 2-to-5 player game where you and your other players are astronomers looking to observe constellations. Once a constellation is completed, you do get a reward called a boon, but anyone who helps discover the constellation also get rewards at the same time. Every round you refill your stardust and you can either observe or you rest. Now, I really enjoyed Astra. I've been really getting into roll and write, draw and write type of games, and at first the game seems very simple on the surface, but what makes this game really challenging, well, first of all, it's from Mind Clash Games, and I haven't really played anything from them that has been easy, but aside from that, all of the constellations you discover have special abilities, and they only reset at certain times during the game. So you want to be able to use the ability and then reset it so you can use it again, because some of the abilities are actually very powerful. Coming in at number 8 is Planet Unknown from Adam's Apple Games. Planet Unknown is a 1-to-6 player tile drafting polyomino type placement game where you are all trying to discover the planets that you have in front of you. For an easy game, you all have the same planet, but then there's a lot of asymmetrical planets that you can pick along with your company's power. You pick a planet and you pick a company, and they all do different things and they work together or not. I haven't really found a bad combination, but I'm sure there's some out there. and you play the game, and whoever finishes most of their planet wins. I really enjoyed this game. It's very fun, it's very light, it's very easy to teach and learn, and I don't think anyone I've played the game with has been disappointed with it. My understanding, it's kind of hard to get a hold of right now. I got mine through Kickstarter, but I think the prices on the game itself are pretty high compared to what I paid, but I'm super happy that I own Planet Unknown. Coming in at number 7 is Perseverance from Mindclash Games. Perseverance I really enjoyed. It is a typical worker placement, tower defense style game. There are 2 different episodes, episodes 1 and 2, that play completely different. I actually did a playthrough of it so you can see it in detail. I'll post a link there. I really had a good time with the game. I think that I'm not a huge tower defense mechanic type of person, but I really had a good time. At number 6 is Twilight Inscription from Fantasy Flight Games. Twilight Inscription is a 1 to 8 player roll and write style game that takes place inside the Twilight Imperium universe, which I have not played yet, but as you saw in the beginning of the video, I do have it, and hope to get it to the table soon. I really enjoy Twilight Inscription. I thought it's very fun to play. Where it falls short, I think, is when you're playing under a player count of 3. You have to use sort of an AI who you just check off different things on their sheet as you hit certain goals. Same with when you do warfare or diplomacy, voting on certain things. It fell a little short in 1 to 2 player games. Once you hit the 3 player, it's a lot of fun. But even for roll and write, the game is long. It's probably about an hour, hour and a half playtime. It could have maybe been done a little faster, but for what the game is and for as huge as the Twilight Imperium universe is, they did a great job cramming everything into a small and simple game. Number 5 on the list is Return to Dark Tower by Restoration Games. It goes without saying, Dark Tower, the original, is one of my favorite games of all time. I absolutely loved it, and when this came out, I definitely jumped on the Kickstarter, and after playing it a few times, I am absolutely in love with the game. I love the technology. I love how the app interacts with the game. I don't think there's anything about the game that I didn't like, except for it being a little hard sometimes. It's pretty brutal, but you can mitigate that depending on your choices and if you work together as a team. But the tower itself is fantastic. The way it spins around, the way it lights up runes, how it drops skulls off. It's really just an absolute favorite. I was so happy I was able to get it through Kickstarter. Number 4 on my list is Massive Darkness 2. Now I'm pretty sure I did an unboxing of this. I'm not sure if I did a playthrough. Again, I'll post all the links up in the corner so you can click away and check them out. I love a good dungeon crawl. I love a dungeon crawl where it's fun and it doesn't feel that it's taxing to play, where it's either too hard or it's too brutal or it's too long or it's too complicated. Massive Darkness takes a quick and easy dice chucker and makes it fun and accessible, and I really want to get it back to the table and start playing it again. It's just because I did the all-in pledge, there's so much content. And I did print an organizer for it, a 3D organizer, which makes it a little easier, but I kind of have everything mixed together. So I need to go through all of my Massive Darkness stuff so it's easy to get to the table when I want to play it. Number 3 on my list is Revive from Boardgames. I don't think I did a playthrough of this. I might have. I think I just did an unboxing. Revive is a 1 to 4 player worker placement style game that has parts of area control in it, where you are exploring this brand new land and trying to just bring back civilization. Everything about this game I really enjoyed. It does get a bit fiddly with the pieces, but as far as playing it, everything just seemed to flow, and every time I played the game, I don't think I've won the game I've played ever of Revive, multiple, but it's I'll play it again and again and again, and I'm always up to play another game of Revive. Number 2 on the list is Sabika from Ludonova Games. Now, Sabika is done by the same designer who did Bitoku, Jermaine Milan. I apologize if I'm pronouncing his name incorrectly. Bitoku was one of my absolute favorite games from 2021. I still play it now. Sabika is the same way. It's a fantastic game. Sabika is a 1-2-4 player worker placement style game that utilizes a 3-tiered rondel mechanic. In Sabika, you are in charge of building alhambras that start in Grenada, and you're also responsible for shipping goods to different countries. What I do, I love worker placement games. I love a rondel mechanic. With the rondel mechanic, you have 3 different rondels. One is designed to create poems inside your Alhambra. The second one is your merchant actions for shipping. And finally, the third one is for building. I've absolutely loved this game. All the movements are really tight. You really need to plan out where you're moving in the rondel to take the most advantage of everything you can do, because if you have to move across the rondel and you can't pay for an action, you have to rest, which is almost like a turn forfeiture, where you will get some money, but you lose other things, and it's very well done, and it's a very tight game. You play over 6 rounds, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. Finally, for my number 1 pick of 2022, and that goes to Tiltum by Board and Dice. Tiltum, a game in the T-Series, that has games like Chulkin and Teotihuacan and other names I cannot pronounce. This game just completely blew me away when I played it for the first time, and every play after that, it's just been incredible. Tiltum is a 1-2-4 player game where you travel across various cities to get trade contracts for resources, as well as collecting different coat of arms so you can gain favor of noble families. Tiltum is a dice drafting game where where the dice you draft equals the amount of goods or resources you're getting or actions you can take based on the action of where you pulled the dice from. I just can't speak highly enough of Tiltum. I absolutely loved it. I loved every play of it. I love the way the mechanics work. Everything is so smooth, so tight. Everything makes sense, and that is one thing that really stands out for me when I pick some of my favorite games. And this one I plan on having in my collection probably forever. I think it's my favorite of the T-based games that have been put out. So that's it. Those are my top 10 lists. I'm sure there are ones that were sort of going to make it but fell off. And there were some that I really wasn't too fond of, but we're not going to discuss that on here because everything is really opinion based, and it's how I feel about the games that I like, and I'm sure you might have different opinions of games that you like. So please let me know below if you agree, disagree. Tell me what some of your favorite games from 2022 are, and I will definitely try to get back to you and respond, see if I've played it or if not played it, and we can have a discussion on it. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please don't forget to click on subscribe, ring the notification bell. You'll get notified anytime I upload a video. Questions or comments, feel free to post them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, talk to you later.